happening? Yeah. I think, you know, I don't know if I've always looked my best on Channel 4, but I don't know if I've ever...
Let's try to make it your worst today, at least. All right, more film stuff. There's actually, yeah. I didn't tune in, but there's some things that just went to court like yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, and the, you know, a little background for some of the people watching out there so the state created all these incentives for people to shoot films in the state of Iowa, and
this is basically how it works when another state, you know, beyond California tries to bring the film industry in, is that they create tax incentives.
Tax incentives to encourage people to come and shoot, and lots of people took the opportunity. And
oh yeah, it was going well, and I had just happened to move back to Iowa from Los Angeles to, well, you know, I moved back to see my grandmother's, you know, last days, and, you know, buy a house and have kids and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, here the film industry kind of followed me. That was really cool. But yeah, what happens is film companies they get credits back for some of their production, so they spend so much money and hire so many people locally. The incentive for them is then to take these tax credits they receive, which is in Iowa, when it started, was 50% of their budget. So,
wow.
And if a movie is anywhere from $1 million to $24 million, that's that much money in tax credits, of which most they get back, but they sell them through a broker and such. So, but the program was poorly administered and did not have the funding to hire people like, say, accountants or lawyers who would maybe oversee multi-million-dollar projects like a normal business would. Yeah, they're actually kind of part of the like tourism office almost.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of seemed like that program, not only did it have a great potential, but it really was succeeding. But when it came down to it, some of the people who came here to shoot films were abusing it. They were misreporting and some things like that.
There were a couple of those, and I think that was blown out of proportion because of because the
state maybe dropped the ball a little bit.
Because the state dropped the ball and saw the bill and said, "Whoa, the state's in a bad position right now. We have what this is going on." I mean, which is true. There weren't enough checks and balances to make sure that that people weren't taking advantage of the system, and a couple people did. And I actually worked for a couple of those people. They were real jerks.
Yeah.
And they screwed it up for the rest of us.
Well, you know, it is a shame though. I mean, a lot of people in the Iowa City area I know really changed their lives around in order to get involved with the film industry.
Yeah.
And so, how we doing? How am I?
You're doing good. I'm looking for cotton balls. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we were building a community. We were building an industry here. It was really working out. I was hiring. At first, I couldn't hire all locals because there wasn't enough of a base of employees. But as film started being shot here, there were more and more people to hire from, and so by the end, I was hiring all Iowans for my crews, for my art department crews, and that meant like young artists out of college had a job to go to in Iowa. Oh my gosh, like that's amazing.
Just pretty much the point of that program.
Yeah,
right there.
Exactly. Yeah. So, no.
So now, without that program here, I mean, you and your family, you're set to stay here, or do you feel like, well, industry followed me here, then it...
I've been trying to rework my plan, honestly, and see if I can make it work here. The jury's kind of still out, but we'll see what's happening. I mean, I'd like to stay in Iowa, but that industry has dried up. I really found a home in it, so that's unfortunate. Okay, here I'm going to put this right underneath your zygomatic arch. this muscle. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. Oh, there we go. Might need some of these layers to dry a little bit before I build on top of them. Where are these? Oh, these hairs are coming from this cheap brush. Oh well, you can, with zombie makeup, you can, you know, throw rocks in it. If you need.
All depends on how the person went, you know.
So I gave you quite a large bullet hole in the middle of your head.
Oh, is that what that is?
Uh-huh.
I have a bullet hole on my head.
Well, yeah. So you were. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, so you must have died that way. You were shot first. Because zombies that get shot in the head, they die.
Oh.
Like, you know, after you're a zombie. So.
Right, after I'm a zombie.
Yeah. We do this, we push your lip. Like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. You can't talk that way. I could talk. Maybe I should have let you ask me a question first. Okay. Yeah, get rid of that pretty lipstick color. I think I'll scoop some makeup.
So are you just using, are those just watercolors right there?
No.
No?
These are different types of makeup. This is what's called our RMG rubber mask grease paint. It's a makeup that's a little bit heavy duty. You can use it over latex and stuff and it will blend with the skin. This is like kind of a normal just creature effects makeup palette over here. And that, you know, I use for like around your eyes and stuff where I don't want to use some of this heavy duty stuff.
Sure.
If I could save you at all a little bit of pain of removal, I will. I'm looking for something.
It's got to be hard to create some of these things, your masterpiece, you know, and then have to
destroy them.
Wash, yeah.
No, it's kind of the Buddhist nature of the whole deal. It's fun to destroy them.
You don't allow yourself to get attached to your creations.
Sure. I mean, it's only temporary. We're only temporary.
Wow. I haven't been turned into a zombie before. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. No, I see. I can just keep going, but I'll just pull back.
Well, thanks for sitting down and kind of chatting with me about your life, and and thanks for doing this. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. What are you going to do now?
I don't know. I could maybe go downtown, go out for lunch.
Yeah. I should send some business cards with you.
Totally.
Community. I do what city is. I do what city is. I do what city is. Na 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 na. I do what city is. 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 I do what city is.